So actually in last session we'll learn how a BI manager should manage the meetings and it doesn't let the conversations will be without goals. So right now I want to go for a really important subject in here, a subject that will be really effective in success of the BI manager in project. I mean crisis management and making appropriate decisions in actually unpredictable conditions. So why is it that kind of important? Because real projects will be something opposite of the reality. We'll see changes all the time about the time. We have problems. We have a lot of people that they want to just get the answers really fast, and always important things will happen that nobody is ready. Let's assume that, for example, the project is in construction phase, and the client will call you and tells you that, for example, the cooling system needs to be changed because we have decided to reduce energy consumption, or the client tells you the material is not available in market and we cannot procure it, so we need to replace it. Or the MEP team may indicate that their duct route needs to be changed due to execution constraints, and this modification will affect both the structural and architectural design. Here is the time that the BI manager must rescue the project from chaos. The first step actually is stabilize and control. When we'll see the crisis, what would be the team's natural reaction? So blaming someone, defending their work, and getting into a verbal fight with each other. The first action that BI manager should do is to keep the atmosphere calm. Maintaining a calm environment means having control and giving the team the sense that everything is under control. In other words, it prevents urgency from turning into stress and stress from leading to a wrong decision. So sometimes even waiting a few seconds before responding works wonders. This skill is called path thinking, which refers to taking a short pause to prepare the mind before responding. The second step is to identify the real issue. Often what the teams perceive as an important problem is not actually the critical issue. For example, everyone might be arguing about the size of the MEP ducts, while the real problem is that no one has the latest architectural file information. Therefore, before making any decision, the questions must be clarified. What exactly is the problem? What is the root cause? What teams are involved, and how does it affect their work? This is where the information model and documentation become extremely helpful. A manager should not make decisions emotionally, and instead decisions must be based on accurate and reliable data. The third step is actually, we can say, data-driven scenario analysis. This is just about exploring different solutions. The BI manager evaluates these solutions using the model data and simulations. For example, if the MEP duct route is changed, it will assess its impact on the schedule, cost variation, material availability, and how it affects other disciplines. This is where the fourth and fifth dimensions play a key role. In fact, with the help of these dimensions, we can determine that based on project data, this change would require an additional 2 weeks and increase costs by 8%. This is what professional decision making looks like. The fourth step is actually presenting options and obtaining official approval. So BI manager is not the final decision maker. Its role is to decision making. It means it has to do three things. The first one is clarifying the available options. The number two, explain the impact of each choice, and number three, propose the best course of action. And then the final decision must be approved by a project's authorized decision maker, such as the client or the project manager. So before implementation, the BI manager can present, for example, 3 scenarios. This is the time impact, this is the cost impact, and these are the associated risks. As a BI manager, I may recommend, for instance, option 2. After receiving official approval, the teams are informed, activities are scheduled, and process of model adjustment and implementation begins. So fifth step is about controlling the implementation and preventing a second wave of crisis. Crisis doesn't occur just once, and if it is not managed properly, it can happen again. The BI manager must follow up, check model updates, provide the status reports, and ensure the accurate information is uploaded to the CDE. This part is referred to as discipline follow-up, meaning professional monitoring. For example, suppose the facade materials for the project are available. The client says that material must be changed. The architect is concerned about the form and quality, and the contractor looks for the fastest and cheapest option. The structural team emphasizes that the weight and material of the structure must not change significantly. Without proper management, the project may be delayed. Here is what the BIM manager should do. Number one, identify the cause of the problem. In this case, of course, the lack of material supply. Number two, assess its impact on cost, schedule, and design. Number three, create proposed scenarios using the model. Number four, present them to the client and obtain approval. Number five, update models and project plans. Number six, control, execute, and approve decisions in the project. This way, decisions are made quickly, logically, and with minimal risk. Ultimately, a crisis is the moment when the project goes off track. The skills of a true BIM manager are revealed during challenging times. When a project is under pressure, it is essential to make fast and rational decisions.